Hello, geometry students. This is your first lesson. We are going to stay probably 10 or 12 minutes, 15 at the most. So buckle in. You need to copy down everything you see on your screen on your own paper. You will take screenshots of that. If you remember how to scan them, that would be perfect. If not, go ahead and just take photos and upload them to our Dropbox. We have three objectives. Why use trigonometry? What are the three ratios? And how do I input the ratios in my calculator? We use trigonometry to measure indirectly. Remember, you need to write this down. Let's say there's a lake, and I need to build a bridge across the lake. Well, I'm not going to swim across the lake. That would be weird. But I can have Chris stand here. I can have Juanita stand here. And I can have Svetlana stand here and make a right triangle. By making this right triangle, I can measure my angle theta, and I can measure the distance from Svetlana to Chris, because I can walk that. Using trigonometry, I can find the distance across the lake. So we use trigonometry to measure indirectly. What are the three trigonometric ratios? Right before break, I taught you this. So, ka, toa. Sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse, and tangent is opposite over adjacent. What does that look like in a triangle? Well, here's my happy little right triangle. Here's good old theta. Here's sides A, B, and C. Sine of theta would be opposite over the hypotenuse, so A over C. Cosine would be adjacent over hypotenuse, so B over C. And tangent is a combination of sine and cosine. It's A over B. Neat. How is this going to wind up in our calculator? Well, remember, I have asked that we all have the same calculator to work with, so that's the one you're going to see me use. We need to make sure we do a couple little things here. The first thing we need to do is there's a button at the top left that says DEG/RAD. Make sure it's in degree mode. It has to be in degree mode. Let's say I have, that's too small. Let's say I have sine 30 degrees, and I want to know what that ratio is. Sine 30 degrees, the ratio is 0.5. Let's say I have cosine 71 degrees. Well, I would type in cosine 71. Those are my ratios. Remember, we like to go to 3 decimal places when we can. Let's look at a triangle where we actually have to find the ratios. So here's alpha this time. Let's make this 3, 4, and 5. The sine of alpha would be 3 over 5, and 3 divided by 5 is 0.6. I can use this later to figure out what alpha is, but that's not this lesson. That's the next lesson. Let's see. Why do we use trigonometry? To measure indirectly. What are the three ratios? So, ka, toa. How do I input the ratios into my calculator? Type the word and then the angle. Here's a little practice for you to do. and you're going to submit these notes to the Dropbox, and you'll be good to go. So what you see here is the work I already put in for you to solve. Remember that if I go too fast, you can always pause the video and go review what we've done, because I looked at our time and we're only at 5 minutes and 30 seconds. I'm going to add a couple more questions here to the end, and remember, if you have concerns or you're lost, you will email me at Meyer_Megan, or you can see me at our WebEx meetings. All right.